All right, welcome to the live stream. So today, what we're going to be tackling is our first steps in merging companies, which is going to lead to merging people, and we want to kind of keep this as a general concept as much as possible. That said, um, because we haven't built the people merging stuff yet, we don't want to generalize things now and then do the wrong thing. So we're going to kind of keep that in mind, but we're not going to be building the generalized system just yet. So let's hop into the code. All right. So in here we've got our company. So in here we've got the attributes that they've got, and we want to be able to basically be pulling them over to a new record. So let's start off by this is something that's complicated enough that I think that we want to write some tests for it and drive this out. So in here we're going to do Rails G RSpec model, and this is going to be for a company a merger. Do you want to call this? So I'm torn because I want to do a company merger. But I know that we're going to be generalizing this and I have to rename it. But let's just do this from start it off here. All right. And this isn't something that we're going to be building. All right. So company merger. Okay. So what does we want this to actually look like? So in here we're going to have company one equals, the way I want this to work is something along the lines of company one equals company dot find one, company two is company dot find two, and then we can do company merger dot new. I see this being something that's going to be confusing. So what I'm actually going to do in here is make sure these are given a name parameters. If I did something like C1 into C2, is this merging C1 into C2, or is this merging C2 into C1? I don't know. So I'm going to say source. I don't know. I'm going to do source is C1, destination is C2. Does that feel good? Or do something like from into. I think I'll go with from into. And do something like this. Does this feel good? I think this feels good. It's explicit, it's clear. I think that's good. I think we could also do some helpers in here. So we could do C1 dot merge into C2. And I don't know why I did that with camel case. So do something like that. Yeah, I think that as a helper makes sense. Okay, cool. So let's go with that. So let's describe. Sorry. Okay, so for right now, I'm going to say that it requires it to be companies. Describe new, do, it should, I grew up on doing it shoulds, so it's a habit to keep on doing that, but it's not the recommended style anymore. So I say it raises an error if not given companies. And I expect this is going to change as we generalize this to say you should raise an error if they're not given compatible types. So if you say merge a company into a person, it's going to blow up. So, okay, so C1 is, I don't know, build stubbed company. Build stubbed company for 2, and here we're going to expect company merger dot new from C1 into C2. Actually, sorry, if not given companies, this will be a person and this will be an account. Dot to, oh, what is it? Raise error. Company merger doesn't exist. Great. All right, so this is raising just a general error, which is because it's getting the params wrong. So we want to have this raise a merge error. I think that's how we do this. Merge error doesn't exist. Oh, well. I'm actually going to put this into our errors folder. Let me check the syntax on this. R spec spec raise error. That's pretty close. Are those required here? I think that's probably what it is. Errors, merge error. Errors, merge error. Looks good to me. This isn't supposed to be the hard part. And that's because I'm putting in the tests, not in the right folder. That will do it. All right, expect errors, merge error, got name error, right. All right, so company merger. Def initialize. All right. Oh, did I? Well. Wrong number. arguments, right? And we wanted this to look like from into. But errors merger, but nothing was raised. All right, raise, merge, errors, merge, error. From needs to be a company given, and this will be from.class.name. If from dot is a company. All right, and we'll do the same thing for into. And I'm doing this wrong, so let's actually do one here. Raise an error if not given. Raise an error if not given from company. So the count here is going to be a company. I'm actually going to bring these back to being a C1, C2. All right. Raise error if not given into a company. All right, let's put this back in. Into needs to be a company given. Okay. Okay, so we're building that, putting them in. All right, so next thing is we're going to do is describe merge. Okay, so let's do a before. Let's do describe merge. So when we merge, it will set merged into and merged at. So this is going to be when you're done merging everything, it will set a merged into. That way you can keep track of where you were merged into. And merged at, this will also be used to hide things. We'll do in other places. Let's also grab, take a look at the company, and I'm gonna get rid of this for now. So it will set merged into. It will move the employments, domains, email addresses, phone numbers, activity records. The activities won't need to because they're automatically reassigned. The logo will need to. It will remove search indexes, indices. I'm going to do that last. This will also roll back. Don't know how it will fail just yet. So that's something I have to think about. Um, wow. All right. So let's start talking about this. So um, we go let C1. This is going to be create a company, and C2 create a company with the same account. Actually, that's interesting because that means to say up here there is an error if not in the same account. We also get to raise an error if it's if you're not authorized. But that's probably going to have to be handled at the controller level, not here. So that's going to be moved somewhere some later on. Okay. All right, so we have our C1, C2, let our merger be a company merger dot new from C1 into C2. All right. So with that all set up, and here we're going to do, so you want to create an employment. So we are going to do E equals create employment. And I haven't touched them in forever. Let me pull up their setup. All right, so for our employments, we've got a company ID and a person ID. All right. And so I think this has a with. I'm going to have a thing for it yet. So we're going to say this already has with person, company is C1. Then we're going to do merger.merge, and I'm going to don't know for sure, but we'll just do a reload. So after we merge, then we should expect C2. Let's reload that, and E dot reload. Actually, yeah, if we just do an E dot reload, we can here expect that the employment, the E, expect E dot company to equal C2. And it's complaining about an account on line 28. Company with account. basically. That's easy enough. All right. All right, employment with person doesn't exist. And you have employments. Let's see if that does what I need it. Looks like it probably does a after callback. This is the wrong one. Employments with person. I have to create do employment. And employment dot person equals create person. And account is company dot account. Yeah, that should work. Status is not valid. No, it isn't. Go with employee instead. Actually, does it have a default on it? It does not. Okay. Bah, I have to do it before. Okay. You know what? I'm going to look at this later. If we do that. All right, the association is the person, the factory is a person, and an account is going to be, I think I can put company dot account in here now. Oh, what is it? Transient? All right, so the transient, if I'm remembering correctly, This lets me pass in something that's not actually going to be assigned to any attributes. So with person, count is c1.account, and let's see if this gives me what I need. Is it transient? That is an attribute. Create employment with person. Trade not registered. There we go. This is going to do it. Now person doesn't have don't have an account. Belongs to account. Yeah, it does. Create employment. Respect 34. So employment with person. All right, let's leave this for just a moment. Count C1. This should now yell at me about the person must exist. Good. If I do with person, association person, factory is person. So I can go in here, person. I should be able to just do account is account. I set up the factories, and then I don't touch them for so long. All right, factory bot, cheat sheet. All right, defining factories, using associations. All right, here we go. Association, author, factory, using a thing. But what if I want to put transient, create, pass it. This is formatted weird. we go. This is what I'm looking to do. Author, factory, whatever, and then things. All right. So it's going to be person. Factory is person. And the account is account. Why is that saying? Transient attributes. Transient are not. Post, transient to post. But okay. Well, this is something I'm not gonna. I don't want. This is not what I wanted to waste my time on. So I'm gonna say p equals create person count is c1.account and all right. So if we go into the company merger and we go in here, we go def merge. And we want the exclamation mark because it's not IRB. And it was expecting it to be 1615. Okay. So we are doing the employment. So from dot employments dot each new section. I'm going to change this. This is going to be a big long mess. So we're going to do here, and we're going to say merge employments. And it's still going to fail. So we're going to do from dot employments dot each to employment and employment dot company equals C2. Employment dot update company is C2. Yeah. And I didn't save this. And it wasn't C2, it was into. Yay. All right, there's step one. No move domains do. And we're going to have a pretty similar type of structure. So domain equals create domain So we're gonna see that. We're gonna see the structure on this is gonna be super similar. For most of the stuff. Oh, sorry. For most of these things. So if I run this now, it's just going to be remap it, remap it, remap it. So these are going to basically be very, very, very similar for all of these things. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to go through all these in video. The logo, I'm actually not sure exactly what will be done there. That's just because it's active storage, which is a little bit different. And it actually is going to be different because I don't even know how to do it from the test side of things. And I don't even know if I should do it. So if you have a logo, yeah. So in here, that's actually going to be interesting. Context. So if the destination already has a logo, should I skip it? I don't know. Probably, but maybe only if it's older or newer. And this is where merge gets complicated because, like, what's the right thing to do? Because additionally, now that I'm thinking about it, I move the domains only if they're unique. And I'll move the employments, again, only if they're unique. So there's a bunch of edge cases at this point. So that's where I have to start thinking about it a little bit more. But the core structure here is kind of set. Yeah. So I think I'm going to stop the video here. This is working as a good starting place. But yeah, I need to think a little bit about what I want to do with each one of these. So maybe I'm going to actually pull these out and make them not private. Turn just to something like merge all and make this merge deployments and makes this not actually a private thing, and actually do more testing on this because it does sound like each one of these things is going to have more complex something behind it, potentially. This is also where I want to be probably looking ahead a little bit. I'm going to probably put this into a transaction. And have some debugging or whatnot output going on here. But this, I like the structure of this. I think that it's going to work well. And where I'm actually going to be moving to, just kind of to kind of jump ahead a little bit. This company merger, when we generalize it, we're going to probably do something like include mergeable. And we could do something like merge associations. And it'll be something like account, employment, domains, something along those lines. That will give me some flexibility and let me define this on the company. Now, if we do that, we're gonna also have to kind of say, like, what's the key? So actually, that's probably gonna have to be different. So we're gonna have to do something like employments, which is going to be keyed with the company. Domains is going to be keyed by contactable, etc. So So what this is going to do is it's going to say get the employment association, and you're going to want to be updating the company to the new company. So that's something that we'd want to probably have set up in here. That's where we'd be going towards. Something like that. Yeah, so that's anyways what we're going to probably be heading towards. Anywho, take care, and I will